What is up, guys? It's JimmyMow's chess, and let's play some chess. What time control do we want to play? Do we want to play like 10 minutes? See if anyone accepts it. Here's a guy that wants to play 10 minutes. Will you play me? Thank you. E4. Okay. Sicilian land. Open Sicilian. Okay. I know these. I always fall for these. If I play like knight c3, like queen b6, and I can't move my knight because of f2, and I can't move my bishop because of b2. So I kind of feel like just doing this. Should probably get better at my openings. Oh my goodness, can I have you? Okay, thank you. It's very early in the game, but that was black's good bishop. Look at these pawns right here on light squares. This bishop is kind of stupid. I was very surprised to see that black just gave me that. Can I play bishop e3 now? Developing with tempo. This is good. This is good. What is going to be played? Queen a5. Okay, so my knight is pinned to my king. So e4 is now hanging. So I'll put my bishop on d3. Castle. Finish development. Okay, let's assess this position. We're entering middle game. Black has a bad bishop on c8. I have the bishop pair. That means I have two bishops and black does not. So when you have the bishop pair, you want the position open. Both my bishops are pointing towards a king, so I want these files to open. My rooks are not connected. I could put my queen somewhere, but I'm looking at f4. Whenever you play f4 and you're castled king side, there's always something king on g1, but my bishop is on e3 and there's no knight g4s because my queen can capture. So with f4, black can't play knight g4. There's no cheeky checks on b6 with the queen. So let's do that. And I'm looking to play e5 and clamp down. I'll open this diagonal up. And I was going to clamp on d6, but I guess not. Okay, let's look at this. e5. E takes d5, knight takes d5, knight takes d5, queen takes d5. He's threatening. Can I? Oh no, I can't. So he's threatening to push on d4 and fork me. If I push e5, the knight goes to d7. And then I do what? It's a great question. What do I do? I play knight e2. Do I have to play that? I mean, if I take his queen's on a good square. Yada yada yada. Man, maybe f4 was not right. Cause now look at my bishop. Kind of. I mean, I want to play f5, but yeah, when is that gonna happen? They're just gonna capture on e5. So I mean, c3. Do I want to play a4 and prevent b5? I think so. SpaghettiOs. Knight b4 can win my light square bishop. No, it can't. Queen d2. And I pin it. Okay. Tricks on tricks on tricks. Welcome to the game of chess. Okay, so they did play knight b4. So, what is so wrong with bishop d2? Ladies and gents, huh? Oh, well, bishop d2. Queen can go to c5. and check me, and then take. So queen d2. The queen has nowhere to go to protect the knight, but I can't attack it again. But at least it's pinned. So let's do that. So I have a pin on the knight, but it's a little more difficult to put more pressure on it. I mean, I could rook lift, but that takes a couple of moves. How can black defend the knight? The queen has nowhere to... Okay, so now can I just play c3? So that may not have looked like such a good sequence for white, but it actually was, because here, let me go back. This is the position right now. On move 14 and on move 15, black has the same position, a knight on c6 and a queen on a5, you see? But my queen is now on d2 and I play c3. So I basically got two moves when black didn't move. Does that make sense? Because their queen is on a5 and c6, so that's just losing tempos right there. So black plays a queen to c7, which I think is good because they're really watching over e5 and not letting me play f5 at all. So let's play knight here, hoping that the knight takes, I take. I share an open c file with black, and I protect e5 so that f5 is not possible. So that's what I'm hoping for. Now, will that happen? A good player would not let that happen. But if I'm black, I'm a little cramped. So, okay, looking for a cheeky little... I mean, if knight b3, I actually have bishop takes h7, king takes, and queen c2, picking up the knight, and I'm defending it also. I don't know why I just said that. So what do I want to do? What do I want to do? I want to play f5. Pretty sure that's obvious. It's my pawn break here. f5 is not possible, so let's play rook e1. Looking at e5. I want to play f5 really badly. Okay, so now knight wants to come to c4. That's pretty clear. Is this possible? Hello? Da-da-da. Well, can I play queen c2 first, getting a tempo on h7, and then play my bishop back to c1, and... excuse me, sorry. My voice is a little... So I want to play queen c2 here. Watch out for my time. I assume h6 is the least weakening of the moves. g6 is a little weakening on the dark squares. Not assuming. Also because they don't have a dark square bishop. Now bishop c1 I want to play because knight c4 would come with no threats. I mean, it's a cool knight, but... And now, with also bishop c1, I'm also protecting e5 with my rook. So now, look what move is possible. Hey, let's throw a party. If I can get an f5, my position is looking good. I mean, if I play f5, e takes f5, I can capture, I have an open f file, and this pawn is weak on d5 for black. If they do nothing about it, I want to push and make this pawn flinch. When I say flinch, I mean it's got to do something. I'm either going to capture it or if it pushes. If it pushes, this h6 pawn hangs. If it pushes twice, okay, so that just looks like a sorry attempt. I don't know what they just offered me. That's a sorry attempt at stopping f5. Not to be harsh or anything, but if he takes on f5, I'm going to just capture him. Okay, I'm okay with this, to be honest. I really am. Can I just play queen f2? There's a difference between winning a pawn and being greedy. That, I mean, I'm going to have to prove it in this game, but that is just being greedy. Now I'm threatening to take on e6 until I can take on f8. So it takes, if pawn takes, I take on f8. If bishop takes, my knight captures. Pawn takes, I take on f8. So if the bishop comes to d7, okay, so the queen comes, either bishop d7 or queen e8. Now I have this move. And black is in trouble. I mean, you always feel, as a chess player, like, you always feel guilty saying the other guy's in trouble, and then he mates you, and you're like, damn, never mind, I feel stupid. So, but I'm pretty sure black's in trouble. This g7 pawn now has to flinch. With my 2 bishops pointing at the king, I'm on both colored squares. So, if I didn't have my dark square bishop and I only had my light square bishop, he could play g6. See, look at that. That's so weakening. I mean, I could play h4, can't I? Or I can play what? I mean, you guys can choose. I mean, I can h4. I could play queen here, queen g3, and threaten to just take on g5. I can. Oh my goodness! I'm gonna flag thinking about all the things I can do. I can. Okay, what's the best one? Shut up, Jack. What's the best one? Queen g3 looks awfully threatening for bishop takes g5. If the king goes over, I'm not sure that helps, because bishop takes, pawn takes, queen takes, rook over, queen here's mate. So let's just do this one. I mean, h4 looks more, it looks more demanding. Okay, so they resigned. So let's go over this game. Sorry, I'm gonna go over the game for my YouTube viewers. All right. So sorry if the board's a little small. You might have to full screen this on your YouTube. So we have open Sicilian, bishop c5. I don't know if this is the best line for white. I was just trying to avoid the queen b6 lines, and I get a bunch of pressure on my d4 square, f2 square, b2 square. So I just played an early knight b3. Now, queen b6, I think, is black's first mistake. They lose that dark square bishop. Their dark squares are weak, which ended up losing them the game. So knight c3, knight f6. So this is normal. Now f4 might have been a mistake. I'm not sure. I need to open up the position somehow, and black has a hole on d6, but I just didn't see that they could play d5 here. So e5. Now I play my knight here because I need to control the d4 square. I don't want pawn push. a6, a4. I don't want black expanding and getting any counterplay before. So we saw that knight b4 can be responded with queen d2. The knight there, c3, which I wanted to play anyway to control d4 and put a knight on there. So I just gained a couple tempos for nothing. I just moved twice. Black moves once. So queen c7, knight d4. So now my position's starting to look a little prettier. I gain a tempo on h7. So the threat is knight c4, forking my queen and dark square bishop. So I get the queen out the way first with the tempo. Then I get the bishop out the way. So then none of them can be forked. Queen d7 I think was a mistake also. I push f5. I've been wanting to get this move in the whole game. God, these stupid ads. Queen greedily takes a pawn, queen f2, and now, I mean, you can plug this in a computer. Black looks lost. f6, g5, queen g3, threatening mate. I don't know what the longest mate is, but it's soon enough. So, yeah, thank you for watching. I'm going to make a bunch of videos. Yeah, stay tuned. Take care.